Alright, this is episode 1 of the Shrink SMP, where I do many fun, very crazy things. Alright, so the first premise of this video that you need to understand of this SMP is that the border shrinks, and that the server will only last a single month. That is the most basic premise, and if you can't understand that, either please don't watch it if you don't get that. Alright, anyway, so basically what's going on here is me and my friend coolhummus are running around looking for a village, and as you will see here in a moment, we find one, but there is something not exactly all too good about it. Before I get really in-depth into this video and the entire amazing lore of the Shrink SMP, this one-day-old server at the time of recording, I need to apologize for the quality of this video, and possibly audio recording, because I don't know how that will turn out either. Anyway, a fix for this is on the way. Episode 2 should be a lot smoother and actually watchable. I hope you humor me and hit the like and subscribe button. I'm not gonna say that again because that's dumb and I hate it when people do that. As you can see, that's Vortex and Woogie. They're the bad thing I was previously talking about. We're pretty much screwed at this point. As you can see, we are quite dead. After this, me and coolhummus respawned, and we headed in the same direction to gather some resources. After me and coolhummus split up, I went off and I found a pretty decent cave with a bunch of iron in it. Anyway, as I mine in the background here, I'd like to tell you what the plan is for today. The plan we are doing today is we want to be the first people with full diamond armor. We almost did this, but everybody else is also doing this at the same time, mind you, because I told people that this server was PvP based, like an idiot. So now everybody here, including us, is trying to find a village or using the clay method, which I do not understand. It's like triangulating diamonds with clay or something, I have no idea. But those people are doing that. But the reason we're using the villager method is because A, I know how to use it, and B, it's got enchants on it. And we're going to be the only one with enchants on our armor, which could be interesting, but they're pretty bad. I'd like to add a little bit about how this server works on a very fundamental level. As I previously mentioned, this server is only going to be live for about 30 days. Maybe we'll add a bit of that, just because the end game, which is the last day, people get eliminated if they die, and it's going to be a 10 by 10 area. As I previously mentioned, the border shrinks, and that's where things get interesting. People's builds are no longer accessible, and if you log off in the wrong spot, you suffocate and die and lose everything. So there's going to be an interesting mix of strategy and a large amount of annoyance with the border moving in. After we collected materials, me and coolhummus both went our separate ways to find a village, and I was the first one to find one. Now our plan could truly begin, and we could maybe get diamond armor before other people. In order to do that, we'd have to get a few Fletchers to get enough emeralds to trade for the diamond armor that we would need. So we began to do that almost immediately, right after we had found the village. Now, the thing is, coolhummus had traveled in the opposite direction of me in anticipation of finding a village, so it would be a while until he would show up. After setting up the Fletchers, I quickly established an armorer that we would be buying our armor from. Before long, I had that full diamond armor that I had so desperately desired earlier. But the thing is, I had no idea that this day would last this long, as we were soon to become sidetracked, but I'll get to that in a minute. You see, after about an hour, coolhummus finally showed up. And that's where the shenanigans began. Trailing him were 2 bees, and I had no idea that this would cause so much of an uproar later on down the line. Unbeknownst to me, I had made a huge mistake by the time that I had led the bees into their new home of the villager church. Little did I know that soon these bees would have a cult following, and I would be the only one able to stop it. But the one thing to know about me is I'm too lazy to stop something like that. And it was pretty funny. I'll be the first to admit at the beginning that I was pretty enthusiastic that we had bees now. So I went out to get some flowers, and coolhummus was just sat in his church watching them or something. I could never really tell with that guy. He's a cool dude, but he likes bees a lot. By the way, you should go subscribe to him, as his content is miles better than mine. His link is in the description, and he made this awesome background music you can hear right now. So be sure to tell him thank you if you ever, I don't know, get to meet him or be in his comments or something. Anyway, I needed to get coolhummus armor. His current crappy set of bee-covered iron poop armor or whatever was kinda getting low on durability. And if we were found by anyone with any decent gear at all, he would be toast in a second. So I decided to take it up to myself to get him some diamond armor while he tended to his precious bees. Now, many of you may have noticed the many unrelated bee puns that I haven't spoke about yet. These bee puns are absolutely awful. Never make a joke about bees that you're planning on making it last, because it is unbearable. Somebody please end the bee jokes. I know we're like a bee kingdom now, or whatever we want to call ourselves, but it is unbelievable about how stupid these bee jokes are. I cannot believe how dumb I was to let these continue. Soon, I found myself helping coolhummus with his bee house again, and I didn't mind it. It was all pretty much cool. They were starting to produce honey and all kinds of things because we had ventured off to grab some extra honeycombs from neighboring beehives a few hundred blocks away. Also, I'd like to mention my tools. I got a toolsmith the same way that I got the armor dude, and it was pretty easy. Anyway, with my full diamond armor, I realized that I wanted to go to the Nether soon, so I created a mine shaft to find some lava, because even though I had looked around the entire plains biome that I was in, there was not one lava pit in the entire area. Luckily for me, I was able to find some lava relatively quickly once I had gone down to Y11. And soon enough, I had enough obsidian for another portal. And for those of you wondering why I don't do it the speedrunner style, is because I like it to look normal and not awful, like everybody else who does the speedrunner style portals and makes their entire base around the portal. I find it to be stupid looking and kind of dumb. Anyway, I got some beds and went netherite mining, and I got enough to put netherite on my chestplate. However, once I got back to the surface, I had found out something not so good had happened. Someone had found our base. However, this person was friendly and decided to join us instead of destroy it. But this made me think about something, and that will have to wait for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and next time I promise the video quality will be a lot better.